Greetings, gamers! It is I, Gamer Monster, and today we're going to take a look at the notices because today is news day and it's big news because the second part of the Final Fantasy Tactics collaboration is hitting this Wednesday. We kind of knew it was coming, but it has definitely been confirmed. And of course, I'm excited. My Visior isn't very excited, but I'm excited. So let's get to it. All right. So, for those of you who don't follow the JP version, you may not know which units are coming, and so we're getting Delita, Agrius, and Mustadio, as well as a couple of other things as well. So Agrius here is kind of the one that everybody's kind of going for. I know I will be, just because she looks cool, she's awesome, she's an ice unit, so I finally have a chance to use all my ice materials. I mean, okay, yeah. Technically, I've picked up Medina, but I'm not building her at this point because I want Agrius, and that's where all my shards are going to be going to. In addition to that, we have Delita, who is going to be, whereas Agrius is more of a tanky type character, Delita is going to be much more of a traditional attacker. And even though he has the same main job as Ramza, he's going to have different abilities. And then Mustadio comes in as a limited MR unit. Unfortunately, unlike Gafgarian, we're not getting him for free. At least not that I know of. But if you do happen to pick him up, he's pretty cool. He's a main job machinist, which is basically a gunner with lots of status effects. It's just a quick side note. As you can see here, Orlando's AI is going to be adjusted so that he can use barrier abilities. Evidently, auto battle was preventing him from using barrier type abilities. But in any case, we're also going to be getting a couple of new UR cards, or vision cards, I should say. This first one is UR, and it's Blades of Grass. The cool thing about this one is that we're all getting a copy of it for free. And its party ability is Accuracy Up, which means that we're all going to have access to a card that's going to help us against evasion teams, which is cool because having your characters just miss their attacks all the time is really, really annoying. In addition, there's also going to be the MR card Red Chocobo, which is also a Esper card. And from what I understand, the Red Chocobo is going to be kind of a standard attacking type Esper with slash attack up and just attack up and stuff like that. But the card's actually pretty decent too, with bestowed effect of magic up and party effect of light attack up, which is good for me because I have a lot of light-based characters. There's going to be a limited hard quest for both Delita and Agrius. And they're going to have new milestones, which will get us some more shards. And also something else that they're implementing now is when new characters come along, they're going to be getting double JP for the period in which their release period. And we're also getting the Visior consumption bonuses. This time it's going to be the Delita shards that we're going to be getting, which is a bit unfortunate. I was hoping it was going to be Agrius, but I guess kind of Agrius is like Orlando was last time. Delita is going to be easier to get shards for, Agrius a little bit harder, but at least we get some of the extra things that we didn't have the first time around, like her limited hard quests. Okay, and we're getting another limited area for our Chocobo expeditions again, which you can technically get any of the character shards from Tactics. Delita, Agrius, Mustadio, Ramza, Orlando, and Gafgarian. Of course, I didn't get a single Warrior of Light shard from his special expedition area, so I'm not expecting much out of this. But, hey, it could get you some medals and stuff like that, too. Whew, alright. But we also have, speaking of medals, we have the campaigns here. Well, okay, this is the login bonus. But this login bonus is actually not our standard login bonus that we usually get. As you can see, this one goes on for 10 days and gives 300 Visior per day, so it's a total of 3,000, as well as all these other goodies that we got. But there's also some challenge missions. The first challenge missions from the original Tactics collaboration are going to be coming back. However, if you've already done them, you can't do them again. But there is going to be a part 2 that is going to get you some Mustadio shards and other things as well. And okay. All right, so yeah, here we go. In addition to the Tactics login bonus, we're getting the Anniversary Countdown Part 1 login bonus, and this is our typical 500 Visior a day for 5 days, and just getting a ton of gil on top of that. It's a total of 24 million gil, which, that's pretty cool. I like that. Also, evidently the daily missions are going to be updated, where you can actually get 100 Visior instead of the standard 60, and a rare summon ticket, plus extra stuff. I mean, we'll obviously see what that is once it drops. And this UR unit challenge, not sure what this is. It says get 4 free UR units. Now, I know in the video stream they mentioned that there was going to be a paid banner where you get 4 URs, but I'm not sure if this is the same thing. Don't think so. I think this is something else. So, could be cool. Not sure exactly what it is. We're going to be getting some extra arena coins. The JP reward quest is back. We're also getting Chapter 8 Scene 2, which means more story, excellent, and more milestone rewards. Okay, and finally we're getting the event quest. Both the original event quest is coming back, although I expect that the shop is going to, its status is going to carry over so that everything you bought from it the first time you can't buy again. But we are getting a new shop, obviously, which will have shards for all the new characters and an array of other stuff like usual. Okay, so that's all the stuff that they put into the notices. We'll have to obviously kind of take a look at all the the shops and to see just what's going to be available. Like we don't know what the banners are going to be. Are they going to have a step up, or is it going to be just standard, or anything like that? Or in the daily purchase bonus for those of you who spend money, whose shards are going to be in there? Probably Delita's, but who knows? Maybe we could cross our fingers and they'll stuck Agrius in there. But in addition to all this, there's also going to be some extra goodies that we're going to be getting. It's not in the notices, but they announced it on the update video on YouTube. And a one-time login bonus present, basically, that we're all going to get. And I don't have the list in front of me, but I know it's like 2,000 Visior, like 200 growth eggs, 2 million gil, basically a whole bunch of stuff. And the even better part is that we're going to be getting a free 10 pull every day for 15 days. That's 150 pulls, whole bunch of chances to get really cool stuff. I have no idea if the new characters are going to be on there. The last time they wasn't, so probably not. But you know what? That's still awesome, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. So what do we do? How do we get prepared for all this? Well, hoard. I know it's only a couple more days, but hoard your Visior. Don't spend it on anything. and try and find more ways of acquiring that precious, precious ore that we need for our summons. In particular, I want to point out a couple of things. First off, if we go to units, we have all these characters here. And if you're like me, a whole ton of them you've never really developed. Don't forget that there are milestone rewards for awakening and for limit breaking characters. So if we go to, like, I don't know, this dude here, Sergei's. As you can see, I can limit break him. And he only takes gold orbs. So I can just go ahead and do that. Pop that right there. That's another limit break. That's one more towards another goal. Oh, let's do it again. Here we go. I'm not going to keep going, obviously, but you get the idea. Now, awakening, obviously, you need to be a little careful because you don't want to spend all your resources that you're going to need for your URs. But you might be able to pull off 1 or 2 stars without really compromising much. And as you can see, it's pretty cheap there. You get just 5 of the fragments, 5 awakening prisms, and then the 50 of the small souls there, which you can get for Gil. But on top of that, something that I know I've always kind of just forgotten is that each and every one of these characters has a hard quest. All these guys, and every time you do one, that's 50 Visior right there. And if you get them up to level 40, you can then do their Master Ability quest, which is another 50 Visior. So that's a lot of Visior just kind of laying around that most of us haven't grabbed. Yeah, sure, some of us probably have, but as you can see, I haven't really touched any of those guys. But I'd also want to mention, here, let's just actually just go this way. Offer wall. The offer wall here is pretty cool. If you've got the time, you can turn your time into more Visior. I've already completed a couple myself, and gotten several thousand Visior to help stock me back up, and I plan on doing some more here. Now, I don't know which offers you're going to have, because mine have been a little bit different from what I've heard other people have had, but just take a look. And even these, like the Star Trek or the King of Avalon, even those city builders, they could take a lot of time, but most of the time you could just sign in, do your thing for a little bit, let it run, let the timers go, just kind of repeat that, and over a couple of days, without much effort, bing, more Visior. So in any case, there's going to be a lot going on Wednesday, and I'll be back to check out all the shops and to start doing some pulls, because I'm going for Agrias. And I'm hoping I'm going to be able to get her pretty quickly, because as I've been saying, I still want to be able to max out Orlando and Ramza, because their shards are going to be kind of floating around. I'm not sure if it's going to be at the very beginning or if they'll be coming back later. We'll have to see the details. But either way, Tactics is coming back, and that is just awesome, because Tactics is one of the best games of all time. Well, I hope you liked this video. I hope it was at least somewhat informative. And hope you're all looking forward to the collaboration as much as I am. So if you like the video, be sure to give me a good thumbs up. And of course, hit that subscribe button. Anyway, I just thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.